What's up, baddies? Y'all know what time it is, okay? And today I have a whole other situation to bring to you, okay? Like, truthfully, I don't even know how to tell this story. So, basically, the other night I was at work, doing my little thing, and I was working the returns desk. No big deal. I've done it 100 times and I've never had an issue. Well, so I saw this guy kind of come in. I didn't really notice too much about him. I wasn't really looking at him like that. I was just kind of doing my own thing, trying to get out of there, you know what I mean? And tell me how my supervisor of the desk, by the way, was talking to this man and trying to figure out the problem. Okay? So quickly, she was trying to figure out the issue and stuff like that, and he got very violent. I want to say maybe aggressive is a better term. Y'all, he just got really, really aggressive, and so basically, he had ordered some kind of tool, and the batteries didn't come inside it, which, I mean, I guess can happen, but I don't think it did in this situation. You know what I mean? So earlier in the day, this man had also been in there, apparently trying to steal and commit fraud. You know what I mean? There was just a lot going on there. Well, anyway, so when my supervisor was like, okay, we would have to refund it to you. He had the whole thing there and just not the batteries, because there's literally nothing else we can do. And we were like, because we don't have them, you know what I mean? If we had them, we could just take the batteries out of one and send it back. But since we don't have it, it poses a little bit of an issue. So she quickly lets him know, hey, I can refund it to you and we can order you a new one and have it here within the end of the week. He starts freaking out, saying that he lives an hour and away. He can't come and get it. Something along those lines. He wanted the tool that he ordered. So my supervisor immediately refunded him and was just like, you know what I mean? And he immediately gets really, really aggravated and just is kind of going off on my supervisor, just being very belligerent and very he was on something. Okay. So after 10-15 minutes of my supervisor trying to coddle this man, I don't even know if that's what you want to say. She was just trying to console him, and it just was not going anywhere. He was just screaming get one from a different store, this, that, and the other. Well, anyway, so basically after not getting anywhere with this man, my supervisor eventually calls the customer service manager over there to kind of figure out what we can do to resolve this situation. And she let him know, hey, these are your two options, I'm sorry, we're gonna give you your money back, this, that, and the other, just trying to figure out how to make him happy. And after getting to a screaming match with him for 20 minutes, she really gave up and she just said she was not the one. You know what I mean? She said if she stayed there anymore, she would get fired. So I was like, T girl, T, period. And, and after that, he kind of walks off, he's screaming, and we just kind of don't think anything of it. Well, my supervisor walks away, and it's just me and another associate who isn't, the associate's not working the desk, they're working the secondary, I don't even know how to explain the position that this person works, but I was basically the only one up there. And he comes at me screaming and is like, I have Galveston on the phone, and is just talking this weird situation. And he was like, hey, where's your supervisor? She needs to get down here right now. And I was like, okay. And I called her and I said, you need to get down here right now. He's back. And while I'm on the phone with her, my associate is getting literally grilled back there. I'm talking cooked, done, and stunned, okay? This man was literally sitting here stumbling, shaking. I'm like, okay, he's on drugs, period. I'm not, period. Anyway, and he was just really going off and really mad, and he was like, why don't y'all get it from another store? Why don't y'all get it from another store? and was calling like all the other stores that apparently had it. And so my supervisor was like, walked up and was like, hey, what's the problem? And he gives her his phone, starts screaming at the top of his lungs, and is like, talk to Galveston, like get it from Galveston, yada yada yada. And she goes, the only thing that Galveston can do is let you drive up there and go get it. Like there's no other way. And he's like screaming and screaming and screaming, and my supervisor is like kind of just fighting back at this point, like she's over it, and I feel her. Like, let me tell you guys, like, he was just like, wow, like, y'all should do this, like, y'all aren't taking care of the customer, just this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, you're crazy. That's it, you're crazy. So my supervisor calls the, like, assistant manager, like, the girl in charge, okay? So my assistant manager pulls up and she's like, hey, what's the problem? We fill her in, of course. And she lets the man quickly know, hey, I'm very sorry, like this happened to you. We gave you your money back. There's nothing else I can do for you. And he starts screaming, saying that we need to get it from a different store, which we don't do. And then was like asking us to speed a shipment, which we don't do. Like there's no faster shipping, like there's no expediting, there's none of that. You know what I mean? And he was just so mad. Like he started screaming. He was putting his fingers in my assistant manager's face. Like he was just going off, like really grilling her. And she was like, she started screaming back, you guys, and it was like the most historic moment ever, because this manager has never screamed. Like I've never seen her get this angry, but she was literally screaming and sitting there and just like, you need to leave, get out of my store, like just going in on this man. She's like, we gave you your money back, go. And it was just like, oh my goodness, like, and he did it at my birthday dinner, like, no, but like, I just truthfully, you guys, like, I could not even tell you what this man was saying half the time. He was just so belligerent and crazy, and like just putting his fingers in my manager's face. We had a contractor over here who shops with us a lot, who was about to get involved. I was doing a phone sale, so I'm on the phone with the customer trying to get this sell out. And she's asking me like, hey, what's the problem? Like, are you okay? Just this, that, and the other. And I'm like, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Like, that's not only embarrassing for you, but that's embarrassing for me, for customers who are on the phone. Like, I truthfully, I don't know. Like, it was the weirdest and the craziest thing I think I could ever tell. And as I'm doing it in the story time, like, it doesn't feel as crazy, but it just was. Like, the way he was walking around the desk, like, trying to get behind there. And just, he was, like, saying that he was a manager, or, like, used to be a manager or something like that. And he was just, at the end of the day, customers just don't understand that we can't do just everything that they want us to do. Like, I can try to help you so much until the point that I can't. Like, today, I had the exact same situation almost happen with another customer. Another customer had apparently took an off today to get some appliances or something like that. But basically, you know, I had a guy who was buying appliances, and he basically did an all-day delivery. I don't know why people always insist on an all-day delivery when you know you're not going to be there. Like, let's be so real here. But basically, you can do a time delivery or you can do a all-day delivery, and he had chosen an all-day delivery. So basically the trucks had broken down, and the trucks, on the other hand, are not part of our company. Like, it's a separate company, and it had nothing to do with me. But basically, the trucks had broken down with this secondary company out of my whatever. And basically they were trying to reschedule it for Tuesday because they don't deliver on Sundays, and the truck for Monday is already full. Period. Okay. So he calls me and he's screaming at me and cussing at me and just doing the most as per people do. And what I think is so hilarious about that is there was truthfully nothing I can do. So like I immediately like, okay, let me put you on hold. Let me call the company. I called the company to get the tea, and of course Miss Girl was giving me the tea. And basically, okay, while she's giving me the tea, giving me the info, there is no way to move it, okay? So I'm like, okay. I hang up. The company closes. The company closed literally 5 minutes after my conversation. That's what I find hilarious about this whole situation. So now with the company closed, I call the customer back and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give you $100 back just to be nice and sorry for the inconvenience on Home Depot's behalf. And Timco is gonna bring it to you Tuesday. There's no way to get around that. And of course, it couldn't just all be that, okay? Basically, he could not get it until after 5 p.m. on Tuesday. But since it's an all-day delivery, there's no way to change that. I could call Timco myself, and she could be like, okay, but there's still no guarantee. So yeah, he was not happy, and on top of that I was like, okay, like I will call them and I will call you back. Didn't do it. Timco's closed till Monday, and I know they're not going to do it. I just said that to you and asked, and now I'm going to hear it. I know I'm going to hear it, and that's whatever. That's truthfully all I can give. Like, and it just shows, like, you go above and beyond and you try to make things happen and you try your best. But at the end of the day, customers are just soul suckers, and there's nothing you can do about it. At all. For the YouTube video, I'm live streaming right now, and I think that's hilarious. Sneak peek. Follow me in the link down below. Everybody on TikTok, follow my YouTube, and everybody on YouTube, follow my TikTok. Okay, I need to go. But anyway, I hope you guys have just learned what my life has been like for the last week, and thank you. Love you.